Prime Minister announced $15 billion for one battery plant. For context, that works out to $1,000 in costs for every single Canadian family. When reports came out that the jobs were going to foreign replacement workers, he called it disinformation. Next day, his minister said, oh, there's one. And then they said, oh, there's a few. And then the company said that there are 900. And yesterday, his Minister of Employment said he's going to do an investigation and get to the bottom of it. Mr. Speaker, what has Sherlock Holmes been able to find?
Once again, I'd like to remind all members not to engage as much as possible in mock names for minister. The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Once again, we see the extent to which the Leader of the Opposition will go to explain why he stands against investments that are going to create tens of thousands of great jobs across Windsor, across St. Thomas, in Montérégie in Quebec with Northvolt, and right across the country in battery supply chains. He is opposed to investments that strengthen the future of our communities because he doesn't believe in climate change. But we know, and Canadians know, that these investments make a difference. In terms of jobs, 2,300 local Canadian construction jobs, 2,500 permanent Canadian jobs just for the Stellantis investment.
There you go.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Speaker, we will sign contracts that ensure that Canadian tax dollars only ever go to Canadian workers. The only way to find out if anything the Prime Minister says on this $15 billion deal is true is if he releases the contract. Yesterday, Common Sense Conservatives put forward a motion to that effect. Liberals amended the motion to say that there should be, and I quote, no notes, no recording devices, and that all copies be destroyed. These are quotes, Mr. Speaker. What in this $15 billion contract is the Prime Minister so determined to hide?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Now, I know that the Leader of the Opposition hasn't had many other jobs other than an MP for the past 19 years, but the reality is there are commercial and competitive reasons to be careful about this.
Order. Order. The Honourable Prime Minister has 25 seconds left on the clock.
19 years as a Member of Parliament. Perhaps we need to make sure that they understand commercial sensitivities to guarantee good jobs for Canadians. Our investments that have been supported by labour unions, that are supported by local leadership, understand that we're building not just jobs for right now, but jobs for coming generations, and working hand in hand with companies to make those investments in Canada is what this government is focused on.
Hear, hear.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
What he's focused on is diverting Canadian tax dollars away from union workers in places like Windsor to foreign replacement workers from South Korea. The Canadian Building Trades Union said that they could do all the work that the Prime Minister has chosen to outsource to foreign workers, and that they will lose $300 million in wages as a result of the replacement workers the Prime Minister intends to bring in. So if anything the Prime Minister is saying about this $15 billion contract is true, why is he so afraid to release the contract?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, training up an already world-class Canadian workforce in more innovative and highly specialized machinery is good for the thousands of long-term quality jobs that Canadians are gaining with these investments. It's obvious that the Conservative leader is yet again looking for a slogan to justify his ideological opposition to investing in Canadians' futures. His crusade against facts shows us once again that he'll do anything to advance his own personal political interest, even if that means ignoring the likes of Unifor and other unions and ripping up Canadian jobs.
Hear, hear.